Hi everybody, welcome back to Prospects Intro 101. My name is Chris Robbins, and today we have joining me,
Carson Hailey.
and we're going to take a look at Connor Williams. He is a third-year junior who was officially declared early from the University of Texas. He's listed at 6'5", 310, and also listed as a tackle. Now, I don't know how your stance on this is, or what your stance on this is, rather, but some people mentioned that he could possibly play guard. Have you watched enough tape to comment on that yet?
Um, he could be good at guard. I think he's perfectly fine at left tackle. I think you're getting a Pro Bowl, All Pro type of guy at left tackle. If you move him inside, he'd dominate there too. So I don't think he has to move the guard. I mean, if a team needs him to play guard, he can do it and he'll be good at it. But offensive tackle, I think, is where he should be.
Nice. So just going over a little bit of background here. He is a 3-year starter, it appears, judging by this. He started every game as a sophomore, except for one, every game as a freshman, and of course this year, when he was healthy. Academic standout, so that's alluding to a positive off-the-field record there. And he's also a high school teammate of Solomon Thomas. So what do you think about his possible fit in San Francisco, maybe?
San Francisco, they don't really need an offensive tackle. They still have Joe Staley, but he's getting old. Uh, if he falls to 9, it's a potential thing they might look at to possibly step in at guard because their offensive line wasn't good this year, and then maybe play guard until Staley retires, slide back over to left tackle. It's something they could take a look at, and I think they should take a look at it. I do not think they eventually go that route, but that's something to consider for San Francisco.
Nice. So do you have a preference on which game we watch? Could we actually have Maryland and West Virginia up? I care which one. West
I
Virginia is
think,
a little bit more recent.
yeah, I think we should go Maryland first, and then that shows him first game of the year and before the injury, and then West Virginia, I think, is after the injury.
Sweet. So yeah, let's just get right into this. Obviously, he's playing left tackle here, number 55. And that was quite odd. So let's actually start right here. Let's slow this particular play down right off the bat. So it looks like the tight end didn't cover the number 1 here. I wouldn't necessarily pin that on Williams because he was engaged with his guy the whole way through. Nice job getting the second level very quickly there. Did a good job of moving up.
Mm-hmm.
Just a really nice job in the right or in his own end zone there of really doing pass protecting nicely for Bushell. Now get the second. Nice. He was about to. Saw him get off that block there. Anything you noticed on that particular play that you liked or didn't like?
He's staying in front of the guy. He's doing a nice job keeping away from the quarterback.
So how about defending the edge? Have you seen anything so far? Maybe like his footwork?
This game, he really struggled with his footwork. Like there, he'll block but then the guy will get around the edge and he'll be forced to like push him around the quarterback, which is unnecessary pressure he shouldn't give up.
Yep. So yeah, just while we're on that, actually, what are your thoughts about forcing ends around the quarterback around the edge? Do you think that that's a good play by the offensive tackle, or a bad play, or somewhere in between?
Somewhere in between, because I don't think they should allow him to get to the edge to have to force him around the quarterback, but it's a good job to recover and force him around the quarterback. So it's a bit of both.
Nice. Get off of him. Oof. Okay, so that particular play, obviously I would pin that myself, at least on Williams. I don't know how you would feel about that. But right here, I want to see him get off that guy and stop 43.
Yeah, but I know as a former lineman, you're always taught to take the inside guy first, but when there's someone blitzing and you have another guy with them on a double team, you need to go get the blitzer.
Yep. Completely going up across the board. Nice job pushing
That
him
was
inside.
nice. Nice pancake.
Okay, so
Nice job.
yeah, it looked like he had a really nice kick there. I mean, was that just me or?
Yeah, that was nice, and I love how he stays on top of the guy. That's what you're taught to do. When he's on the ground, you get on top of him and you stay on him until the play's over.
Yep.
Good job.
He's coming off as quite strong here, which is quite nice to see. Doesn't seem to have any weight room strength weaknesses. Oh man, that was poor schematics. Double team the end, but leave the edge guy wide open. The tight end. Cut block there.
Whiffed on it, though.
Yep. Okay, kind of occupied him there.
Yep, got in his way. It's the main goal.
Oh man, I don't know if that was
Jeez.
miscommunication or what. And then right there, the guy he takes on the second block is the guy that actually brings him down too. So is that just like a miscommunication or?
I want to see that again, but that looks like it's on Connor.
Like he just.
Yeah, he doesn't pick up the guy.
And then even there, he doesn't exactly people move. Huh. So that's what, 2 sacks already through the first quarter in a minute?
Yeah, I think so. That was a nice job there.
Huh. So one thing that I've noticed so far is that he seems to be somewhat inconsistent. Like one play he'll do really, really well, and the next play he'll not.
Yeah, and he's not consistent with the kick either. Like that last play, that was a very odd kick.
Oh, that was on the right guard.
Yeah. Connor stayed in front.
Good blitz call by DJ Durkin there. Send the middle linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
But 64, just oof. Can't expect a 3-man front. Or 3-man pressure, I mean. Nice ball get off by the DT.
Good job there. Stays in front. Bouchel runs behind him. His dad, yeah, it's a nice job there, and then he lets him go there. His dad makes the tackle. Nice job there. Stayed in front, didn't get pushed back.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, this has been a pretty on and off first half.
Yeah, this was definitely his worst and most inconsistent game.
So, how much of that do you attribute being the first game? I believe this is the first game of the year. Do you think
This was the first game, so I mean, there's always you haven't played a real game in about 9 months, so that's always something to consider. So, but he definitely improved as the season went along after he came back from his injury. So, this is more of an outlier type of game. He looked very good in all of his other games, pretty much.
One thing I will notice is with the exception of this play actually made me think of that. Have you seen him used as a pull blocker at all?
He almost never pulls. Like I don't think I've ever really seen him pull that often, if at all.
So do you think that he's obviously more of a fit for a man scheme than his own, would you say?
Probably so. Yes. And if he hasn't pulled before, I wonder how that's going to work in the NFL when he has to pull. Maybe that's another reason why people see him as a guard. Guards still pull every now and then, but not nearly as much as the tackles. Good job there.
What particularly intrigues me is we'll probably get into fix a little bit more later on too. But I would like to see what he would do in a place like, I'm just saying this because they kind of need all offensive linemen, but maybe like a place like New York, and get him with someone like Will Hernandez next to him, and he's just run like man blocking scheme all day.
Yeah, that'd pretty nice. It go from one of the worst to one of the best in the league.
Especially if they bring Richburg back to play center. Like,
Yeah.
man, that left side, Williams, Hernandez, and Richburg would be nuts.
Or if Carolina got Williams, that's the Norwell. If they bring him back, that'd be insane.
Oh, okay.
But Norwell is probably gone from Carolina. Hopefully he comes to Houston because everyone knows we need everyone but the center.
The thing with Carolina, though, too, is how realistic is it that he falls all the way down to 20,
0.
whatever.
24, but yeah, 24, but there's 0. I know he had that injury. Maybe that causes him to slip maybe a little bit, but he's top 10, just outside top 10. I mean, I could see him going as high as number 3.
Or even 2. Maybe the Giants don't take a quarterback. Maybe everyone wants to stick with Eli.
That would surprise me. But if they do need offensive line badly, so maybe trade down a few pits, pick them up.
Nice job there, being patient.
Yep, staying in front.
Nice throw by Bouchard.
Patience is really key. That was one thing I noticed when I was watching Colton Miller last night. He doesn't have good patience, and that's something you have to have. You can't reach, or else you're going to get beat a lot.
Same thing there. Check him out.
Nice job staying in front, sitting, not allowing him to get pushed back. Hey, Foreman's little brother.
So, what do you think about schematically reacting to defenses? Because it seems like Maryland has been running quite a few unique blitz looks. Do you think that the way that he's been reacting to some of those is a good thing and will project well, or is that something that you don't really look at?
Well, he did. This was the game he struggled the most in, so maybe that has to do with all the different things Maryland was changing up. So something to keep an eye on with Williams, see if he's able to pick up the blitzes and stuff well. Because we saw a couple earlier where he missed the guy blitzing and allowed for the sack.
Yeah. And especially like when you're talking about transitioning to the NFL level, you're going to run into coordinators like Steve Wilkes or Matt Patricia or Terrell Austin, who like to run all these kind of unique odd blitz looks. Back up here. Yep.
Nice job driving him a few yards.
Oh, okay. At least you
Nice
got him off
job
his
getting out
feet.
there to. Yeah, that was a long distance to cover in a quick amount of time.
So it doesn't seem like, at least from that particular play, that he lacks the mobility that you need to pull or anything.
Yeah, he looks good.
And he's getting to the second level nicely also.
Yep, got another cut block down there. He looked good there too. I think he can pull. I've never seen him do it.
Nice.
Man, he just handled him there. Does a nice job staying in front of him there. Washed him down. That's what you have to do in that situation.
Oh.
Ooh, he got overpowered there. He didn't sit enough. Too wide of a base.
So is that a footwork issue, an anchor issue? What would you attribute that failure to? If you need me to rewind, I always can too.
That was more of a. That was a little bit of both footwork and base, because he got too high and too wide.
But that's something that I was hoping NFL offensive line coach would correct. You would think, right?
Yes, that's something the offensive line coach could correct pretty easily.
Nice job picking up the stunt.
Yep, nice job.
Oh my god, that throw though.
He went forward at the snap there. I don't like when offensive tackles do that. I'd like to see him go back at all times, not jump forward.
In pass protection, at least.
Yes. Well, he does a much better job at the snap there, but then gets beat.
So what do you think that could have been?
That was a problem with him. He reached for him. He lunged instead of being more patient there.
So yeah, actually, let's go back and take a look and see when exactly. Like right there?
Yeah, he doesn't have he's not like in front of him enough, and he like reaches out for his arms and tries to control him, and he got around him, and he wasn't in a good position to stay in front.
So how exactly would you have, if you're an offensive line coach, what would you tell him to do in that situation to try and fix that?
Keep ticking back and just wait for him to come to you, and when you're in a good spot, just punch him and then sit so you don't get pushed back.
Nice shot schematically there.
See, that's more of what I want to see. That one time he got beat.
Oh, nice job of staying disciplined at the jump there. That was very clearly offsides.
They threw it. That's good at least. Nice.
Obviously don't expect me to catch a corner.
He didn't hit deep enough there, so it allowed the Maryland guy to get around the edge, but it's a good job shoving him back behind the quarterback, allowing Bouchel to step up in the pocket. Good job picking up the stunt.
So just going to point out the score here. Do you think that situationally, the being down by, what is that, 17 with 2 minutes to go, do you have to adjust to that if you're an offensive lineman?
No, there's nothing different. There's nothing different. The only difference is that you're going to be throwing on every down. But you block just like you normally would. Nice job.
This pass might be a shell too.
You got to sit down there. You can't allow to get pushed back like that, especially if you're going to be a top 10 pick. I know you're stronger than that defensive end. He's got to get better there with that sort of sitting and footwork there.
Nice. So that was him versus Maryland. Just overall thoughts on positives, negatives, things like that from this game? See ya.
This was easily Connor Williams' worst game. He struggled. Mightily a lot of plays. He didn't push back, just allowing defenders to get around the edge, whiffing on a couple cut blocks, things like that. I mean, he was just very inconsistent in this game. And this was the first game of the year, so maybe that has something to do with it. But he improved while the year went on. That was his worst game, Maryland, and he gets better, and he'll be better in this West Virginia game we're about to watch. So hopefully no one just goes off that Maryland tape and keeps watching him throughout the rest of the year, because he's a lot better than what he showed versus Maryland.
So yeah, and I'll basically second that. Just give my quick thoughts here before we get started. I want to see him improve based on that game alone. I haven't actually watched a lot of these guys. I try and go in a little bit fresh. So just judging by that first game, I would like to see him improve his space and anchor a little bit. Footwork could use a little bit of work, particularly staying consistent with especially on that kick play. I want to see him be a lot more reliable, and especially like you said, I mean, we're talking about a top 10 pick here. I mean, maybe a first rounder, maybe, but he still has enough issues to where I would say that I wouldn't take him. At least judging by that game, he's not a top 10 pick.
Definitely not by that game. That game, I don't even know if he's a first rounder based on that game.
Yeah.
But this West Virginia game is better, so hopefully he'll show us why he's getting the hype more here.
Awesome. This was the 11th game of the year. Ooh, nice shot finishing that block, playing through the whistle.
That is awesome. I love that. I love that aggressive. That's one of the main things I love about Williams. He is aggressive. He just wants to shove you down, and then look, I love how he just lands on top of him and just stays there. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
So you're not worried about holding or disciplining or anything like that in that instance?
There was nothing wrong with that play there. I mean, that was a fantastic job. I wouldn't throw a flag there. He just held him with one arm. Yeah. I know he had help from the guard, but he was just holding him with one arm. It shows nice strength right there.
Yep. Okay, that was a little weird.
Yeah, the guy got across his face. You can't let that happen.
Yeah, I would have tried to force him outside if he knew the runner was coming back.
See, that was that jump forward again. I hate that. I mean,
what a hit. Was that Quinn Blanding?
That was nice. I hate when offensive tackles jump forward at the snap. He did it. He does it again and again. I would like to see him just actually kick back at the snap. At least come back a little bit and not just jump forward. I think that could put you in a lot of problems. Just if you whiff going forward, you're done.
So that play was more what you were...
Yes, that's nice job. He's kicking, stays in front. That's what I'm looking for. See, that's better. And then stays in front, picks up the stunt.
Yeah, very nice. That was a broken play.
Yeah, he whiffed on that cut block, but at least he got to the second level quickly. I like that.
Yeah, these blocking schemes leave a lot to be desired. I don't know why they're pushing people inside when inside out. It's not just Williams doing it either, which is why I bring that up.
That's a nice kick. Stays in front, pushes him around the quarterback. Well, he gets across his face, but then he does a good job pushing him more towards the hash. That's what you're supposed to do once he gets across your face. You wash him down. So, good job recovering.
Let's check out number 10.
Got to second level pretty quickly.
Same thing there.
Yep.
Right side flopped though. Leg select. Nicely done. Great play by the running back to pick up that interior rusher though too.
That's a hold. You can't.
It's the first time we've said that though, so
Yeah, it is.
Not too concerned.
Oof. Oh, see, I love that aggressiveness with him. He just once he's on the ground, he keeps hitting him. He finishes it out. As us a lineman call, that's putting the syrup on the pancake. When you land on top of them, that's.
So what happens on this play? I'm actually going to slow this down to 0.25 for a play here. Was that jumping forward thing that you were alluding to earlier?
Yes, and it allows the defender, if he has any sort of speed, it allows the defender to get around you easily because you're going forward while he's coming. He's also going forward, so it puts you at a disadvantage. Then he's forced to reach for him. You whiff on that reach, he has basically a free shot towards the quarterback.
Or in that case, the running back.
Yep.
Man, they really like way to the inside. I don't know if that's a Williams thing or if that's like a schematic.
That's a great job driving him down the field.
Oh, that little shove at the end.
Yeah, stays with him all the way through. I love that.
Nice play for yards receiver. Ooh, okay.
Nice job stealing the edge. That's the main goal on that type of play.
Oh my goodness! They literally sent one guy and he was free.
Almost sapped him.
Oh my god!
That's pretty bad. Rush one guy, he almost saps.
Real. I mean, to be fair, let's actually, just because of how sad that was, I would actually rewind that and see exactly what broke down here. Why is the one guy rushing on the running back?
No idea.
Do you pin that on the line? Do you pin that on the scheme? Whose fault is that?
That's just stupid play call. I mean,
Okay,
because I don't understand what West Virginia is doing there. I don't know what the point is of rushing one. That's not as bad as one time when Clemson last year rushed 0. Everyone dropped back. But I don't understand rushing one. I mean, Texas has to do a better job of realizing what's happening. But I'd put that more on the running back for whiffing. The O-line's just sitting there waiting for someone to come. That's what you're supposed to do when no one's there. So running back try to make the block. But that's weird. Just weird play overall.
I will point out here that it is 3rd and 9. So maybe they're trying to prevent the first down here. Especially with under 5 minutes to go in the second, they're trying to keep them in front of the first down marker.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. It's just tougher for the quarterback to make throws when there's 10 guys on 3, 4. Yeah, so it makes it harder.
And then even there, he misses the guy that comes in late on the delay.
Yeah.
Williams does. Well done by Bichelle or whoever the QB is at this time to send the play down.
That's Ellinger. He's the receiver there with the ball. Yeah, they benched Bichelle like early in the year.
Ugh, trick plays. Okay, do what I would expect him to do there.
See, there's Ellinger again. playing receiver.
Another cut block. Would you consider that a whiff too?
That's not so much. I know where everyone goes down, your main goal is basically just get a piece of them and slow them down for that type of run.
Okay. That was interesting. Worked.
I think that's a hold.
Yeah. So that play, I don't know if you were paying close attention to what his footwork and base were doing, but I mean, it looked solid to me again, at least.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play. He kept his base nice. He sat, kept on the front, didn't get pushed back at all. That's solid. I love to see that type of play.
Oh man, whole offensive line finishing.
Please tell me you saw that West Virginia guy fall trying to make the catch on the sideline. He has to drive him away from the runner, not towards him. I mean, at least he puts him on the ground. He doesn't make the tackle. So.
Stays engaged nicely.
Yep, and then drives him down towards the end. Nice job. After bucket stuffing, no one's there. Nice job peeling back and picking someone up. That's what you're supposed to do.
Triple team a guy.
Triple team. That's not even fair. I mean,
Nice.
Nice job staying engaged. Seals the edge.
Ooh, nice play by the running back.
Whiffs on the cut block guy. Well, should have made the tackle.
Oh, beautiful play.
He's moving. He's got some speed to him. I think he could pull. Oh, knocks him down at the end. That's fantastic.
Oh, nice block by the running back.
Nice job of Williams washing him down, taking him out of the play. It's a nice job staying in front. That's an awful throw by Ellender, though.
So one thing that I'll point out to you is actually I'm gonna go back here real quick. Is I noticed on a lot of these plays he doesn't have any help to his side. No tight end here. The running back on the helping the right side. Do you think that could be a positive for transitioning? That he might not necessarily need a bunch of help. They could maybe if he goes to a place like New York, maybe put a tight end like Ingram or a running back on the opposite side and just leave him on an island.
Yeah, that's he doesn't need any help. I mean, he's got massive strength. He can handle people. I'm sure that's why they're leaving him because I don't know how the rest of the Texas offensive line is, but they can't be nearly as good as Williams. So that's why they put the help on the other side, and I see that as a positive because I mean, he doesn't need any help. So, and I think he'd be fine in the NFL. I don't think he's going to need like a tight end on his side all the time. I mean, I say do it every once in a while, just play designs. So you can have variety, but he doesn't need it really. That was a nice job getting off the ground and picking up another block.
Because, yeah, I mean, even in Tennessee, like, Conklin and the line has some of the highest percentages of help on their plays.
Yeah. Look at that. That's fantastic. I love his aggressiveness. He just wants to put you in the ground every play. I love that type of aggressiveness from a tackle.
Mean streak.
You have to have it to play in the NFL. I mean, if you're not mean, you're done. He reached one too early. A lot of guys that get around him.
Second level pickup.
Mm-hmm. Got to do what you got to do. Washes him down, has his back turned, you keep him there.
Another look.
I'd like to see Williams get his head across his face instead of vice versa, but he does well with after he gave up the head across his face, and he at least washes him down like you're supposed to.
So is that something that you could see NFL defensive coordinators taking advantage of, trying to maybe direct blitzers across his face? Like, if he's playing left tackle, like we think he will be, maybe trying to send that outside pressure on maybe in a 4-3 a stunt, or in a 3-4 like an angle blitz or something along those lines, to try and get him off balance like that?
It seems like he's struggled to pick up some guys that going across his face. So that's something defense corners might try to attack. I mean, a couple on the first and goal play, we saw him get his head across his face. Which is he did a nice job there. But yeah, that's something they could take advantage of because he has struggled with that. But at least he usually recovers once he gets it and washes the guy down, opens the cut back to lane or something. Nice job, stays engaged, drives him.
Williams did a nice job. I don't know what the running back was doing there. There you go. Same playing it work that time.
He got across the defender's face. He didn't allow him to reach. He reached him. He got there. That's what he has to do. Or else, if with these NFL ends and tackles, if they get across his face, they're going to make the play. I mean, he can recover versus these college guys, but in the NFL, it's a different animal. I don't know. I don't think he'll be able to recover as much as he does in college.
Yep. And another thing I like to point out too is through both of those games, I didn't see him face a lot of pass rushing moves. I didn't really see people trying to beat him with a split move. I didn't see people use the split move at all against him even once. Do you think that could be something to watch out for at the NFL level, going up against more technical pass rushers?
Well, I think the main reason why they're not doing so many moves is because they know they can beat him with speed. I mean, that's where his main weakness was because when he didn't kick deep enough, he got burned around the edge with the speed rushers. So he'll have to improve that because there's a lot better speed rushers in the NFL. But even if he does get in front of them, facing more moves versus the NFL could something that's maybe he's not ready for originally when he's first there. He might struggle to pick that up, and hopefully he'd get better at that. Maybe it won't be a problem, but NFL pass rushers are a lot better than college ones, and if he hasn't seen the moves, then it could be something he struggles with for a little while.
Yeah, I'm just noticing. I'm trying to think of like maybe places he could go. Say, I don't know, maybe Chicago. I mean, how would you expect him to go up against a guy like Nick Perry?
Yeah, I think Connor will end up being perfectly fine. I mean, I think he's NFL ready. I mean, there's some things that obviously need some work, but like his kick and stuff. And if he has a speed rusher, that seems where he struggles the most. Kind of like McGlinchey, not as bad as McGlinchey though. His speed rushers, he struggles to get deep enough and to avoid the guy get around. And and he'll lunge too often. That lunge, if he lunges in the NFL, he's screwed. Because he struggles holding guys when he lunges in college. Because when the offensive lineman lunges, it's just a slap away of the hand, and the defensive lineman's free. He's got to work on not lunging and make sure he's patient and checking back deep enough instead of jumping forward at the snap.
So yeah, you brought up McGlinchey. Now that you've watched both of them, and I don't know if you've seen the ranking video or not at this point, but maybe you've seen all three. How would you compare Williams to the other two?
I have seen all three. Williams, best offensive tackle in the draft. Rankin, number 2. I think those two are the only ones that are worth the first round pick at this point in time. I mean, I could always change my mind, but at this time, Williams, I have a top 10 grade on, and Rankin, I have a late first on. Those are the only two with first round grades. I have McGlinchey as an early second, and I think he's the third best offensive tackle in the draft. I think he should move to right tackle. I think he'd be fine at left tackle. I don't see a necessary move for Williams and Rankin. I think they need to stay at left tackle and will be awesome left tackles.
So what does Williams do so much better to McGlinchey to where you think Williams is a top 10 caliber guy and McGlinchey's not a first rounder?
Williams is just aggressive. He's mean. He'll shove you to the ground. It's just he is a little more technical sound. Technically sound. There we go. Yeah, then McGlinchey. I know there was obviously some problems we saw in this thing with Williams. I mean, you're always gonna have some problems, but I was bringing up how he struggles with speed rushers, but he doesn't struggle nearly as much as McGlinchey does with speed rushers. Just McGlinchey versus guys like Lorenzo Trotter, Davin Bellamy, the Miami guys, Stanford guys, Bradley Chubb. He got toasted all game long, pretty much. It was Williams, I think, steps in day one at left tackle and does perfectly fine. I don't think you have to worry about him. Same with Rankin, I think. I'm more confident in Williams than Rankin. But McGlinchey, if he's at left tackle, he could struggle. So that's why I think he should be right tackle. But yeah, Williams, he's very solid. He's better than any offensive tackle in last year's draft. I think he will be perfectly fine stepping in day one left tackle and just be mean. And I think he could have a really quality rookie year.
So you mentioned guys that McGlinchey has gone up against, like Lorenzo Carters and stuff like that. Do we know anyone on Maryland, San Jose State, or West Virginia as a pass rusher that's even entering the draft? So could level of competition possibly be an issue for him?
Possibly, yes. So, Big 12 is not it's not a defensive special conference, that's for sure. So, compared to Notre Dame plays some good teams. SEC, ACC. Yeah, Notre Dame plays a lot of good teams every year. Texas, not so much. I mean, they'll maybe have one big non-conference game a year, but they didn't really this year. And then Big
USC.
12. Oh yeah, USC. So they did have a big one, but yeah, also though Pac-12 also not a very good defense conference. So they do have Nwosu and Cameron Smith, but he's not facing those guys all the time.
Yeah.
So that's possible, something to look at, but I don't put too much into that. I look just to see how they do versus their opponent compared to just who their opponent is. It's always something to look at, and it's kind of in the back of my mind. It affects a little bit, but not much. I just like to see, do they take care of the opponents pretty much, and he does that well. He struggled versus Maryland a little bit, and you see some things he can clean up, but I think he's best tackle in the draft. Top 10, I'd take him easily.
Nice. So yeah, you pretty much said everything, I think. Is there any other final thoughts that you have before we?
Not really.
Awesome. Alright guys, well thank you very much for joining us in Connor Williams breakdown. For more, definitely feel free to check out our Facebook page, Prospect Central 101, our Instagram, also Prospect Central 101, and our Twitter account, also Prospect Central 101. Those links will be in the description below, along with our YouTube. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And we hope to see you guys again soon. So thank you guys again for joining us, and peace out for now.